Welcome to the moment of truth. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the reality of today's churches and the contributions of the governments. Few years back, it goes round that this man was feeding his congregation with snakes, with grass, accident to drink grass, to eat grass and all that. Pressing, standing on the women, standing on the men, and adults will be sitting down there watching this man to be doing all this nonsense. And they still see this man as a man of God, and when we try to talk, they will call us Satan, they will call us demon. Look at what happened recently in Kenya. The man actually succeeded in destroying many of his church members by lying to them that they should fast to see Jesus, and they obeyed him. And the Rwanda president closed down, saw all these evils going on, and he closed down 600 churches and plus mosque. Do you think it's not right? Do you think the other African president don't see the evil that is going on right in their noses? Of course they do, but because they work hand in hands with all these evil pastors to be doing all these evil, so they kept quiet. And we also saw the opposition leader in South Africa that invited a criminal, Koku Nana Poku, to his campaign. So, is it not now dawned on you that the government is actually joining hands with all these fake prophets to be destroying their own citizens? And we see in Nigeria as well how these pastors roll with politicians, mingle with politicians that is destroying the economy of the country, that is doing all sorts of things. We see how Paul Eneche called police for the young people that went to protest against Buhari, that wore Buhari must go t-shirt. NHA has them to be locked up. They locked them up, including a blind man, a blind young guy. They were all locked up. For months, they were locked up. And you still see all these people as pastors, as people that love the people, as people that is working for Christ? No, I don't think so. And you see in my previous video where this notorious guy in America, Copeland, was preaching in Oyedepo Church and said God is a failure. And you still expect the same God that Obi ran to in the Oyedepo Church to help Obi. It's impossible. Now we see how Obi lost. Now we see how God just folded his arms and allowed things to happen, and allowed Obi's mandate to be taken by the other people. So if you are seeing all this, it's just a recap to let you know that
by this so-called man of God who is now languishing in jail. The long arm of the law has caught up with the so-called pastor for asking his congregation to drink concoction to deliver them from evil spirits. Consequently, 2 young ladies passed on as a result. A so-called man of the cloth will ask his congregants to eat cockroaches for their deliverance, whilst another will give congregants unwholesome meat to be eaten in church, which will rid them of evil spirits according to him. Are these so-called men of God hearing from the God of Israel like in the biblical times? Just how did we get here? The church needs a new direction. The mushrooming churches operating with powers from shrines, delivering all sorts of doctrines, should be phased out of the religious space.
You don't have.
So are you now saying that the African government, they don't see all this happening to their own citizens and they just fold their arms? Of course they do. They do, because they're working together with all these fake pastors, all these evil pastors. Let's hear what this man is saying now about Bushiri.
Anything that has to do with Bushiri. Bushiri is not part of my wealth. He's not part of my kingdom. We tried. But his foundation and mine don't match. I made peace, but you are not for peace. Your peace is for people to worship you. And in America, they say to lick your ass. I'm not going to do that. It is only...
You just heard what that man said about Bushiri. He was Bushiri, one of Bushiri's pastors. You just heard what he said. We've been saying the same thing. They're calling us demon, antichrist, don't touch the anointed. If the big ones are doing it and they're getting away with it, why won't Bushiri do all this nonsense? And all the mushroom churches, feeding people with snakes, snappers, grass and all that. And the governments are dead as anything, not saying anything. I see you in my next video. Know God for yourself. That's why I'm advocating. You have to look after yourself out there. Out there is evil. Satan has taken over. Bye for now.